Can you still trust the Bible now that you're on a spiritual journey? That is the question of the day. But before we get into it, guys, you know it's Kay here, Kaisha, healing with me on my journey. And of course, as you're with me, I am with you on your journey. If you like spiritual content, healing content, content about motherhood, please subscribe to my channel. And also, if you are interested in videos like this and this video, please like this video. So I had a comment of somebody asking me just about the Bible and where it fits into their life now that they're on a spiritual journey. And trust me, honey, I have been there. I remember going through my spiritual awakening, and I want to be very clear. Spiritual awakening is your spirit being asleep for a very long time. And mine was sleep for 20 something odd years. I say about 20, 27, 28. And when it wakes up from being asleep a long time, it goes into panic. Oh my God, everything is a lie. Everything is fake. They lied to us. And then that sends you into a psychosis. Another thing you will begin to question is the Bible, the lies. Can I trust it? Is it something that I can still have and add as a ritual into my life? Once you break the chains of religion, it is normal to question this. It is also your spirit knowing the truth. Because if you would just go straight into, I don't trust it, I don't want to read it, something's off a little bit there. So if you go ahead and ask yourself, where does it fit? Because I feel like it can fit. I feel like it's not all bad. You are actually on to something, okay? When I first started my spiritual journey, I absolutely wanted to get rid of the Bible. I was like, it's a lie. But then I got to the point where I was like, it's coded. And I couldn't understand how it was coded. And I went trying to go into deciphering it. But the way that they perceived it and gave it to us is actually wrong. The Bible is not wrong, okay? It's the way that we were brought up on it. It's the things we learned in church and through religion that makes us wrong because they took it and tried to control us. It's like having one thing, one subject, one topic. And if you give your perspective and I give my perspective, we both can have different perspectives on one thing. They sold us off of their perspective and they gave it to us. The whole thing about the Bible, one thing that is wrong is to serve, and worship everything outside of us, which is actually not true. You are supposed to serve and worship yourself. That does not mean you're better than anybody. That does not put you on a pedestal, okay? Another thing is that we all have God within. All of us, okay? Another thing would be Jesus coming back. It's the Christ consciousness coming back within us. They told us to follow these figures and to worship these figures when Jesus said multiple times not to worship him. Do not worship me. Follow in my footsteps and do what I do so that you can save yourself. Okay. I think the biggest misunderstanding is that church is a lot of people reading the Bible from a three-dimensional standpoint and perspective, and it is impossible to read the Bible from the three-dimensional perspective because the 3D is the physical world. There is nothing physical about the Bible. Everything is spiritual, and every story is you. Every character is you. I may trigger some people when I say this. You are God. You are the devil. You are Jesus. You are Noah. You are Job. You are everybody, and the fitting part about that is every part of the Bible can literally it can fit into your life. Everything you're going through, you can find it in the Bible. That is a reason for that, okay? So it's not necessarily the Bible is wrong. It's not necessarily translated wrong. The Bible comes from the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's a message that was left behind for us to all find ourselves. And what they did with that message was use it to control us, to seek everything outside of us instead of within us. So that's what the journey is about. Everything that you feel that you need outside of yourself, it is within you. You cannot, going back to the Bible in church, people reading the Bible from a 3D standpoint, it is impossible to do that. The only way you can read the Bible, it is coded, so to say, because the only way you can read it is from God's perspective, and not so much saying God as in being better or up here or higher, but a frequency, the God frequency, okay? The God consciousness. You can only understand and read the Bible in that way, and I'm going to give you guys some examples. For instance, the 10 Commandments, I really thought that the 10 Commandments was about how we treat other people and what we do to other people. I'm going to give you guys at least 3. Number 1, love thy neighbor is not about loving other people. It is about loving every version of yourself. For me, there are parts of myself that have done some not so good things that I'm not too proud of, and I kind of shunned them away. And I said, you know what? I don't like that version of me. I don't want to be here. So loving thy neighbor means to love every single version of you. Yes, the part of you that did bad things, the part of you that sinned, the part of you that was, did whatever you did. You have to love thy neighbor. That means you. Another one is honor thy mother and thy father. Honor thy mother and thy father just means honor your masculine and your feminine. We in this time, we were born into, which is why they say you're born into sin. We were born into an egotistical society and world, okay? Which means that only our masculine was awakened. And we have an imbalance of masculine and feminine because of the things we were taught, because of society, because of outside influences. So you have to honor thy mother and thy father. A lot of people, for example, were raised up in nurturing families. Well, that nurturing leads to handicapping and kind of holding you back from your biggest self, your truest self, and holding you back from being the best version of you could be. Well, that is thy mother. So when you're doing that, you're not honoring the masculine, the part of you that is independent, the part of you that knows how to get up and work, the part of you that knows how to lead, and the part of you that knows how to be strong. So you have to honor thy mother and thy father, thy masculine and thy feminine. Another one, no sex before marriage. This is like the biggest one to me. When I figured out what this was, I was just like, oh my God, I cannot believe this is what this meant. And it actually means that you cannot engage in sexual activity before you are whole, because you're seeking something outside of yourself. When you are whole and then you go into, okay, I feel like I can have sexual, intercourse because I'm not seeking anything. I'm not seeking intimacy. I'm not looking for my dad and other people. I'm not looking to be seen. I'm not looking for somebody to hold me, because that's essentially what we're doing. So no sex before marriage actually means that you should not go and have sex with people before your masculine and your feminine has emerged and made you whole. So I just want to go into basically to question, does the Bible fit? It does, but it takes an awakened, balanced mind from the feminine and the masculine. Another thing to just really pay attention to is that everything is spiritual. And when we are in church and we have 3-dimensional people preaching from the Bible, that's impossible, because now we're going to take everything literal, right? Because the 3D is the physical world. You can't do that. In order to truly, because the Bible is spiritual, everything in it is spiritual. To truly understand that, you have to be on certain frequencies to be able to not only understand it, but also to teach it to other people. So you're not wrong for still wanting to fit the Bible into your life. The only thing is, the way that you were reading it before is not the same now that you are spiritually awakened. You will read the Bible very differently. You will understand the Bible differently. The same scriptures that used to make you feel some type of way then, and you thought you understood it then, is going to be very different from what you understand it now. So I'm going to give you guys my favorite scripture. Yes, I still read the Bible. Well, I don't read it. It's not like because I feel like religion and ritual they're the same thing. But I do have a favorite scripture, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declared the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. And that is something that has stuck with me through all of it. And so you're actually right for questioning, does the Bible fit into my life? It absolutely can. And you're on to something. Now it's time to read it and understand it from God's perspective. If you are going through something like this, please leave it in the comments so that we can help other people awaken to different things. Any opinions, any other perspectives on this topic, y'all know I'm more than happy to go and attack this topic in the comments. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you guys continue to stay strong on your journey to being your truest best self.